Can't tell you how good this is. Oh wow! I really, really hope this is getting picked up. It is dancing right across the sky. Oh my God, that is stunning. Wow. Oh wow. What a night. What a night. Look at that. Easily the best. This is the best I've seen in Scotland. Easily. Wow. Sometimes things on your bucket list can get ticked off unexpectedly, and that's what happened to me on this trip. Something I wasn't expecting was a view that would take my eye north. I had gone on this trip for the view south. So join me as I head out into the rugged Northwest Highlands for a camp, which ended up being a rather spectacular one. Today I'm in the Western Highlands on a rugged hillside. I'll spin you around and tell you what I'm going to be doing today. What a glorious day it is. Lovely, lovely, lovely. So I'm home to camp on the hillside of this hill here. I've never been up this hill before. There's no paths. I've already had a few fences, fence obstacles that I didn't foresee, and I'll explain more about it, but it's glorious. It's been really cold coming up in the car. The temperature in the glen was still hovering around freezing when I left the car, and yeah, I've been walking for about half an hour up through up a track that takes you to a signal station, but beyond that there's no path. But yeah, that's what I've been doing. Bit out of breath because I'm a bit hot. There's not meant to be much wind tonight, hence why I'm out, and I'm really, really looking forward to pitching and showing you the view that I've come here for. Right, let's go and get the tent up somewhere. Oh, this is tiring work, especially with there being no path, but I've come to a point where I think I'm going to pitch the tent. There's no flat bits of ground, but as I've always said, that's pretty hard to come by on a rugged Scottish mountain like this. You can see the hill that I'm hoping to go up still behind me here, but the reason that I'm going to try and pitch here is because of this view behind me. Look at that. Hopefully you can see that right down the loch, and a rather famous viaduct down there. See if you can recognise which one it is. Let me just spin you around and show you. So yeah, I'm going to try and get pitched up here. See, it's not super flat. I've pitched my poles, and that gives you an idea of where I'm going to put the tent. But yeah, what a spot. This is exactly what I was hoping for. So let's get the tent up. I might have a brew, and then I'll see if I'm going to head up that mountain, because right now it looks awfully far away and I'm not too sure if I can be bothered. But anyway, let's get the tent up first, and I'll make my decision once I've done that. So let's do it. It's not a bad spot, is it? In this weather anyway. Glorious. It's always nice putting the tent up when the weather's benign like it is today. Very benign, it's hardly a drop of wind. Because of the time of year, there's no beasties either. It's almost perfect. Almost perfect. Oh, I'm right close to the edge here. I have to make sure I don't step back too far. Beautiful. Right, let's just get all this tightened up. You can see I've actually got the cross pole fittings on there. You can see it better on this side. And that was actually the last time I was out with the tent, was when I was doing the West Highlands Way. And I took the cross poles not because of wind or snow. In fact, as I've said quite a few times before, I've never had to use the cross poles because of the wind. In fact, I've never had to use them at all, so I've not really had it in deep snow either. But the reason that I took the fittings in the cross poles on the West Highland Way was it was very, very cold, and I was wanting to make it more freestanding. So if I couldn't get the pegs in because of the hard ground, it would have made it easier to pitch. But I've left these on. I might just leave them on just now. I don't think there'll be enough wind. They tend to rattle about and make a bit of noise if it's windy. But if you're wondering why they're on, that's the reason. Right, let's get this up. That'll do it. Fab. Pump it up. Let's get a sleeping bag in. Boiling. Nice wee perch here. Oh, second lunch. I had a wee bit of lunch. I left the car. Scotch eggs and a flapjack and some coffee, but really look at this location. Absolutely fabulous. I don't know if the camera's picking up, but down there that's the Glenfinnan viaduct, which is a famous Scottish tourist attraction thanks to the Harry Potter films. I think the Hogwarts Express? I should know this because my kids watch those movies over and over again. Down there has been a train over it, but it wasn't the steamer, unfortunately. So anyway, what I'm going to do, I'm contemplating not even going up the hill. I think I will. We're about 1 o'clock now. I'm going to chill for a wee while, have something to eat here, enjoy the views, and then I do have to go for a bit of a trek. I was planning when I researched this, I was planning on going further up the hill, quite a bit, probably about halfway up, because there is a lock-in up there. But the further up I go, the further away from this view I get. So it's actually the view that's made me stop here. So when I go up the hill, or if I go up the hill, what I'll do is I'll take my water bottles. On the way back, there's a lock-in maybe 300 or 400 metres to my east, where I'll fill up water for later on. But yeah, what a place, what a day. Yeah, glad I made the effort. Oh, that's nice. Right, I'm just getting the stuff ready. Hopefully you can hear me. I'm going to give it a shot to get up here. Hill called Benan Tomb, I think it's called. It looks a bit rough, but yeah, I'm going to give it a shot and see if I head up here and I can get back down. And I'm keen to get back down before sunset, because I just want to chill and watch the sun going down over this rather fine vista. So let's get the bag packed up and we'll get going. Bag's a lot lighter now. I have packed my ice axe. Pretty much I can see right, I'm pretty sure I can see right to the top, and I can't see any snow, but you never know. To be on the safe side, I have been cut out, as I've said before. I'm about 99% sure I won't need it. I have, however, packed my micro spikes. I've left my crampons here, but I've put my micro spikes in because if it's any cooler further up, there was patches of water ice further down, and if I encounter them further up, the micro spikes might help. Oh, that's a nice light bag. Right, let's crack on and I'll report back a wee bit further up the hill. Oh, yeah. What a view, eh? Unfortunately, probably the ascent of this hill, it's a bit of a slog, there's lots of ups and downs. I've come up past the loching, which I'll fill up on the way down. In fact, I'll probably fill up at the outflow. But anyway, by the by, the real beauty of this route is going to be coming back down, because that is going to be the view all the way down. I'm finding progress is a bit slow at the moment because I keep turning around to take pictures. Down past Glenfinnan. It's absolutely stunning, and certainly if you're going to come and do this, I'll do it on a day like today when you get the views, because it'd be a shame not to, or to miss out on those views. So anyway, I am about halfway, so yeah, another couple of hours and I'll be at the top. There's no paths and it's quite boggy and the route isn't immediately obvious, so it's taking a bit of time. Right, let's go. A couple of wee lochings here, about 550 metres. And this was the bit I was going to camp at, a bit higher up. I think I would have struggled. It would have taken a lot longer with my big backpack on. I'm slow enough just with it empty, well, sort of empty. But yeah, what a day. And I don't know if you can make out in the camera, but the white peak in the distance is Ben Nevis, which is still clinging on to some snow in its upper reaches. I'm glad to see this. You are at the summit. Woohoo! At the summit of Benan Tomb. Oh, what a view. Ah, right. I'm going to sit here for a while, I'll bring you back in a minute. It's the most gentle breeze. It's just lovely, cooling me down. Oh, there's still patches of frost up here, but there's disappointingly hardly any snow. The only snow I can see is on the Ben, and there's lots of Monroes that I can see. Over to Glenfinnan, the saddle there, Scuanaquiche, and beyond into Neudart. I think that's Isle of Rum I can see over there. And of course, this is the view that I came for down Loch Shiel beyond Glenfinnan. It's just stunning. It really is absolutely lovely. Well worth it. I'll spin you around this way and show you the views over here a wee bit more. Oh, right. Camera's just on the summit cairn. And this sort of knobbly one that you can see, that's actually another Corbett called Streep. And that's the end point of this ridge. If I was to continue along this ridge, which I did think of doing, I'm glad. I don't think I would have had time, to be fair. Now it would have taken me forever, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4 other peaks with quite big drops. And if I was going out to Streep and then back again, I think the total ascent would be not far off 2,000 metres going out and back. Anyway, that's a fantastic wee peak. I've done it in the past. I did it with these two. There's 2 Monroes over here, Scuilthulum. I can't remember the name of the other one, but I did those 2 and then dropped down into the glen across the Cape Wrath Trail and up Streep, and it was lovely. I think it would be a nice one to do in the winter. And it's absolutely lovely. It's just glorious. I can see away across to the Cairngorms. That's the good thing about this time of year. It's late winter and these are early spring conditions actually. My favourite time. I love these sort of March, April, May time. It's fabulous. And there's no beasties. You get quite clear views when you get high pressure in like this. So yeah, what a place. Absolutely stunning. I'm going to sit here and absorb a wee bit more up here before dropping back down to chill with that view from the campsite. It's just lovely picking out all these hills that I've done in the past. South of here, around about, I'll maybe go into it in a bit more detail, is Sunart and Moidart and hills like Garsven of Ardeur and Recipol, and anyway, I could bore you for hours talking about that sort of stuff, but what a view. I can see Glencoe, the Bidian. Ah, lovely. Right, shut up Murray. Let's chill. Right, spent enough time up here. It's actually quite cold when you stop, just that slight breeze. I think it must be hovering about 0 up here, maybe just above. But it's going to be a lot colder than that tonight once the sun goes down. The forecast for Around here it's about -6, -7, so I want to get back down to camp and just get settled in before it gets dark and icy. Right, let's head back down. This descent's going to be glorious with that view ahead of me the whole way. Beautiful. So down I headed past a few frozen lochans. It was still, although pleasantly warm in the sunshine, the air temperature was cold, and any hints of a breeze soon cooled you down. And I was right, that view south down Loch Shiel was absolutely fabulous, so I took my time enjoying that and eventually got back down to the tent. It was a lovely, lovely afternoon, and I just ambled about taking in the views and enjoying the last of the sun before deciding it was time to start thinking about my belly, getting some tea on for the night. Well, as you can see, I'm back down now. Just going to put some water on to boil up some food. I stopped to get water on the way down, just at the outflow of that burn, which is about a 5-minute walk away from camp. So it's one of the things I always suggest or always look for in a camp is a water source quite close. This bottle here, actually, I don't know if I mentioned this before. This is a new bottle. I'm going to use this as a water bottle. Later on, I'll fill it up with boiling water just before going to bed, and that's one of the ways I'm going to keep warm tonight. I'll probably talk a bit more about that, because it's going to be about -6, -7 tonight according to the forecast. So yeah, it's important to keep warm to get a good night's sleep now. Feeling quite tired. There was a bit of a trek up and down, although it's not that far as the crow flies. It's on very uneven ground. Makes it really tough going. I talk about this a lot, but having a path, it makes all the difference. I'll tell you what, I was feeling it today, so I'm looking forward to having some food. Give me some of my energy back. Wow, look at this. This is fabulous. Don't know if you'll be able to make it out in the camera, but yeah, it's the dusk skies now. You get those deep oranges and pinks out towards the horizon. You can just see some of the colours shining off Loch Shiel. Absolutely beautiful it is. And there's a couple of very bright stars in the sky if you look to the right of the loch and then straight up, and they're actually planets which have been quite prominent in the night sky over the last month or so, and I think it's Venus and Jupiter. Very, very bright and spectacular. But what a place. It's absolutely beautiful. There's just a very, very slightest breeze. It's pretty cold, so I'm gonna stand here, maybe take some pictures, and then retreat back to the tent for a wee while, wait for the stars to come out, and then I might do some astro, get a wee fire going. I've got my stove so it doesn't damage the ground, and some fire logs with me, so I might get them on to help me keep me warm, or one of the ways I'm going to keep warm tonight, which I'll talk a bit about later on. But what a place, what an evening. I enjoy this now. Evening, folks. Well, I'm got my wee stove out. It's just a wee metal stove, and I get these. Let's see, I can show you. It's the fire logs. And I cut them in half, and they fit into the stove quite nicely. And they burn away to nothing, just leaving a wee bit of ash in the morning. It's just nice having a fire in the winter, and that's it's keeping my hands warm. I've not had to put my gloves on yet. Another thing that's keeping me warm is my Glenlivet. I've got a wee bit of whiskey which I'm just sipping on, which is nice. And tonight I've got my big sleeping bag with my Rabascent 900, which I use in the winter, and I've got my X-Bed down-filled winter sleeping mat. That's the most important thing, because as I said before, it's not flat ground here, and that this helps sort of even it out. I've also got my silk liner, which I just found last year, so I've started using that again. It gives an extra couple of degrees, so that'll keep me warm. And the final thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to heat some water up and put it in this bottle and use that as a hot water bottle. And then I'll use that water again, reboil it in the morning for my coffee. So that's the plan. Hey, what a fabulous day, what a fabulous night. The stars are now out, and yeah, I've been taking some pictures. And the picture I've got is just the views down Loch Shiel are just fabulous. And I was doing a bit of reading on that. Loch Shiel is actually the 4th longest loch in Scotland. I don't know if it's freshwater lochs, but anyway, it must be freshwater. It's about 30 or 20, just under 30 kilometres long, 28 I think it's said. And I think it's the longest that doesn't have any sort of water regulations, or human water regulations anyway. It's certainly impressive. And it's the place where Bonnie Prince Charlie raised the standard in 1745 to start the rebellion, which culminated at the Battle of Culloden. I think that was the following year in 46. I'm not a historian, so somebody will probably correct me on that one. But anyway, I'm going to shut up now. I'm just going to sit here and enjoy this. Enjoy the wee bit of whiskey that I've got, and enjoy this farm. This farm? I've only had 2 sips of my whiskey, honestly. This fire. Out and about, like beyond the camera, the grass is starting to freeze. It's all white, so it's going to be a cold night. I'd be surprised if this tent isn't rimed up come the morning. So let's see if I can stay warm tonight. I've no idea if you're going to be able to see me or not. But I had a notification through on my phone. I get signal here, which is good. And it said that there might be an aurora happening. And it's picking it up in the camera. I've not got a full view north because of the hill that I went up today is in the way. But the way that I always figure out which way is north is the plough, the constellation, the plough. The last 2 stars in the plough point towards the North Star. Let me just turn my light off. And the north is in the gap there. There's a star shining, and there is some green there, which I'm hoping is getting picked up by the camera. So I'll take some pictures and I'll put them on the screen just now. It's quite nice if it happens. It would be nice to be on top of the mountain, but even just to see it from here is lovely. Yeah, an added bonus, shall we say. So this footage here is actually video footage. It's not footage taken from a time lapse from photographs. And as the evening went on, the aurora seemed to get stronger and stronger and stronger. It was absolutely fabulous. And the faint green on the horizon started to get brighter and brighter. And before long, it was visible to the naked eye. As you can see from this video footage, it was pretty spectacular. Oh my god! I can't tell you how good this is. Oh wow! I really hope this is getting picked up. It is dancing right across the sky. Oh my god, that is stunning! Wow! Oh wow! What a night. What a night. Look at that. Easily the best. This is the best I've seen in Scotland. Easily. Wow. Oh my god, it's getting stronger and stronger. Look at that. Wow. Oh, if this footage hasn't come out, I'm going to be kicking myself. Look. Wow. This is just stunning. This is the strongest display I'm hoping the camera's picking this up, but this is the strongest display I've seen in Scotland for sure. With the naked eye, there's, I don't know what you call them, my terminology of the aurora isn't great, but there's shafts of light appearing, and they are clearly visible to the naked eye. And just to the right of the hill there, it's moved over to the right. It's a shame the hill's in the way, but earlier on it was over to the left. Absolutely stunning. Wow. I'm so happy that I'm seeing this. That is something else. Then I'm going to turn my lights off just now so I can just watch this and just enjoy it. Wow. Let's turn this one off and leave that one on there just now. And watch it, I did, and it got brighter and brighter, and the greens turned to reds. What a display I was witnessing. Alright. Wow. Wow. Just come up to the top of the wee hill, or knoll that I'm on. And as if this trip couldn't get any better. After the beautiful weather, the views, the aurora, my God, I'll come on to that. I'm now looking east and there's an inversion down over Lochiel back towards Fort William. Absolutely stunning. Beautiful. And of course the last time I was here up these Corbetts to the left of Lochiel, it was a better cloud inversion. I was above the clouds for quite a bit of the day, and the cloud level was a bit higher. That was an amazing day. So yeah, I've been lucky in this area, that's for sure. So anyway, I'm going to go and get some coffee on and start to break the tent down just now, so I'll report back when I've got my coffee. Let's get this brew on. Just while I'm waiting for my coffee and my brew to boil, I'm just starting to break everything down. The monotonous tasks like putting the sleeping bag away and the ground mat to get all the air out of that, so that's the hard work done. Although I've still got the ground mat bit to do. That shall do now. And then yeah, be able to relax and have my coffee and knowing that the hard bits I've done. Breakfast time. Let's go and find a view. Not going to be hard. Yeah, so I don't know if you can make out that the sun isn't up yet. It's hidden behind Ben Nevis from me at the moment, but it's now hitting the Corbetts to the west side of Lochiel. Absolutely beautiful. What a morning, what a night. And let's talk a bit about last night, shall we? Oh, that display. I was when I did when Julian went out with me, Julian Baird, check that interview he did with me, he did a wee documentary on me. And I said to him that I'd caught some noctilucent clouds in the summer and I thought they were more impressive than the Northern Lights. And that I usually get a bit disappointed with the Northern Lights. Well, that was turned on its head, and last night, usually I am disappointed. To the naked eye, you don't really see that much and you pick it up in the camera, but last night, I've never seen anything like that. Even when I went to Iceland and we saw them, they weren't as vivid as that. They were dancing. I don't know if my time lapse has caught anything or not, but I'm really hoping that it has, because that was special last night. I did a wee bit to camera, sort of saying, oh, I'm going to my bed now, I'll see you in the morning, night night. I was up for about 4 or 5 hours after that. just watched them, and you know, they were dancing, but there was also the red. I've seen pictures of it before where there's green and then red and pinks, and you could see it with the naked eye. It was spectacular. It'll be interesting to see. I did have a wee look on Facebook, and there are lots of people that are into that sort of stuff, people that do it properly, like Scotland's Star, I think it's Scotland's Starry Skies web page or YouTube channel. Andrew, he's from Perth. I'm really looking forward to seeing his pictures, because these guys take pictures of these the whole time, whereas I just point my camera and hope for the best. I'm hoping they've come out all right, but you'll know that. You'll know that before I do anyway. Well, no, you won't. That's a lie. You'll know it now. I don't know, but yeah, just what a trip. What a trip. Right, I'm going to shop. I've got a Scotch egg for breakfast and a bar of Snickers, and I'm just going to sit here and watch the sunrise with my coffee. What a place to have breakfast, eh? Beautiful. Try and get some of the frost off it, and less drying when I get back. Make sure I've not left anything. There's some flat grass. Let's go. A wee bit lighter than it was on the way up. Not by much though. Alright. One last look at that view, and this is the view I'd come for when I wanted to do this wild camp, and I wasn't disappointed. It really is spectacular. But looking south, sort of south-southwest, I didn't for a minute think that the star of the show would have been the other direction to the north. What a night, what a morning. I mean, I can see down over this inversion, there's not much wind, it's just glorious. And as I said, I really hope some of the time lapse and the photos from the phone, camera have come out okay. I've been looking at the ones from the phone, and even those were pretty good considering it's an old iPhone. It's an iPhone 10 I've got, or maybe it's an 11, I can't remember. But you can see the reds. Anyway, I'll put some of those up just now as I'm speaking. The phone pictures were pretty good as well, but yeah, what a night. Time to get back down to the car now. It's going to be frosty down in the Glen. It's going to be colder down there than it is up here. It's quite nice now that the sun's out, so yeah, it's a bit of frost on the ground. That's going to help lower down, so there's like bog hell down there, so I'm hoping it's all frozen. So yeah, thanks for watching. As always, stay safe out there, and I'll see you in the next adventure. So I descended down and through the trees, and I was soon just above that inversion and just above the clouds. It was lovely. But what an adventure it had been indeed. Anyway, to finish off the video, I just wanted to play the whole time lapse from the evening, which ran from about 8 o'clock right through to about 6 o'clock. So I hope you enjoy this last piece of the aurora dancing across the skies of Scotland.